Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Strong Collectors Podcast. I'm Dakota with my co-host Jordan, and today we've got something a little different for you. You've probably bought your toys from Target, Walmart, toy stores, brick and mortar. You've probably bought them from the Facebook groups like we do. Maybe you've even bought a few from eBay. But Jordan and I have discovered a new way to purchase toys, and that's on Whatnot. So I think I had heard of this like probably a few months ago, but I was just like, I'm not getting another app. I don't want that. A few weeks ago, I was like, all right, fine, I'll check it out. I think Shartimus Prime was selling some of his action figures on Whatnot. I was like, all right, I'll see what he's selling. And so I guess like my crash course in Whatnot is it's like eBay, but a lot faster. So like instead of having eBay where we list something and it's like a 7-day auction, people can bid on it for 7 days, highest bidder wins. Usually you get like a lot of like the snipes at the very end of like 3 seconds left, bid it up by $1, and then they win.
Yeah. So basically on Whatnot, I guess also I would say it's like a live stream where you usually have someone, and they're selling all kinds of stuff. I mean, you and I, of course, are looking at figures and comics, but they've got pretty much everything you could think. I mean, just search, they've got other sports stuff, or like my Sam is real into like rocks and gems and crystals, and they have those. And I've seen a lot of pops. There are pops everywhere on Whatnot.
Trading cards.
Yeah,
I think it started out as a trading card, like selling.
It looked like, I thought maybe it's been around since 2020 is what I read.
Okay.
Maybe it's like just now picking up, like they've worked out, because it seems pretty fluid. I mean, I've gotten several things from them, and it's all been pretty easy, no like major snafus. So
yeah,
it's kind of fun to just put them on. We're even watching one right now, I think, and seeing what pops up. But yeah, it's kind of like there's a live chat. You can ask like, hey, can I see this? Or one of the guys we were watching has like movies, Marvel movies going in the background, or people play music or whatever. So
yeah, and it's a lot faster too than eBay. So like we said, like eBay's 7 days, Whatnot, they're like, here's this figure, 1 minute, you've got 1 minute to bid, but there's no, you can't, well I guess you can, but typically you're not going to be able to like get in there for the last second, like bid it up $1 and win. Typically they'll have them where if you make a bid within the last like 15 seconds, I think it is, it resets the 15-second clock, so somebody else has the option to then bid again. So you can't get something for like crazy cheap like maybe you could on eBay if nobody's bid, but you kind of have a better chance of not getting something taken away if you were like really wanting something. And then it also helps the seller too, because then you're able to like get a full price on it versus like somebody just bids it at the last second where the other guy maybe would have also bid, but they lose out because the timer just ran out. And I've seen on Whatnot sometimes if it's like a less valuable thing, they'll just run it as a sudden death. And that's where like the timer runs out, But I've seen things, like I've seen people selling, like we obviously watch a lot of Marvel Legend, McFarlane stuff, but I just saw yesterday somebody sold a hot toy on there.
Really?
Yeah, sold a hot toy Iron Man. I was tempted. I had to look it up. It was kind of hard to find which one it was to know like how much it was actually worth. I think it was. Yeah. I think he sold it for $200. It was worth $250, so it was a good buy for somebody. Yeah. And that's kind of what I think we've noticed is like we try to find some things to flip so we can fund our collecting habits, but Whatnot is, it seems like it's better for somebody who's like looking for a certain figure. You're able to find it for cheaper than you would probably in the Facebook groups, or cheaper than eBay. But like for flipping, usually I like to try to double my money if I'm going to flip something, and I haven't really found anything that's quite that good of a deal. But like earlier today, I was on a comic book stream, and the guy's just got a whole warehouse full of comic book boxes, so you can kind of go on there and ask, like, do you have any of these? He had some Flash comics. There's a Flash story that I really like. I can't even tell you because I have to look it up every time, but it's the one where Bart Allen like comes back to life and then dies 13 issues later.
But I borrowed sometimes.
I borrowed that one from a friend like 3 or 4 times when I was a kid. So I've been kind of looking for that. And then he had most of those issues. I think I'm only going to be missing like 2 or 3 issues from that. And it was like $1 a book. So that's cheaper than probably what I would find at like half price bookstore around here. And yeah, I've kind of been looking for a while for those and I haven't been able to find them. So good place to find things that you don't see other places.
Yeah. I'm curious, have you looked into the process of what it's like selling, or not so much?
Not a ton. I've heard some sellers mention that it's similar to eBay, where you have like they take the percentage. So whatever you sell it for, like I think they take, I want to say a 13% cut, maybe 16. I can't remember exactly, but somewhere in that like 10 to 20% range. So you do have to like spend some money, and it seems like things are going cheaper. So like I personally wouldn't take my stuff to Whatnot unless I had a big supply.
Yeah, if you had a bunch, it seems like it's good for moving like, lower ticket items. If you had a bunch of, if I had a bunch of like $10 toys, it'd be like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it could be like I wonder how many of these guys are in like Facebook groups, because I haven't. Have you heard anyone in the groups talking about it or no?
No,
like
I don't think so.
Yeah, Super Scroll.
I see that.
We got a Super Scroll up for bid.
And I think that also depends too, like on how many people are like a part of the stream, because like this one that we've got pulled up on the side here, there's 55 people watching the Super Scroll that's for sale. Where I've seen some comic book ones are like in the 200 or 300 people watching, where those sellers probably have a lot higher chance of selling for more because you've got more eyes on it, more people with money that are looking for a certain thing. Whereas like the Super Scroll that, I don't know, what do you think he goes for like in the groups? Probably around 60, 70, maybe get lucky and sell him for 75, 80 if he's complete.
44,
maybe that's pushing
Dakota.
it.
Nope,
I'm not going to bid on it. You already got something from this guy. So that's the other thing too, is like Jordan just bought
you get cheap shipping.
Right. So Jordan just bought a Daredevil before we started recording, and so shipping for that was $5. But now, if he buys something else, instead of paying another $5 plus whatever he spends on the figure, I think it only goes up by like $1. And it kind of depends too on what you're buying. Like with comics, usually it's like a 25-cent extra.
Yeah.
I think that was actually, I bought a few figures, and that was, they only charged like an extra 25 cents per figure. So it's definitely interesting. And it's fun to just like have up to. Like I don't really, I mean, I collect comic books obviously, but it's not like I'm like one of these collectors that's like bringing home stacks of comics every week. But it is cool to like have those on in the background while I'm doing other work and just like watch other people like selling lots or selling slabs. Like I don't know too much about graded comics. I would like to get, like when we get Spawn #1 signed, I probably will try to get that like CGC graded. Maybe a couple others if I have anything worth it, which I don't know that I do. But it's cool to see other people that it seems like they just get everything graded and seeing what those go for. Watching like mystery box things, because people will just bid and it'll go up to like $200 to get like mystery box slabs.
And there are giveaways, so
that's
a lot
true.
of people give away free stuff. So, sometimes I'm just a vulture sitting there waiting for something free.
I literally do that, Jordan. I if I've got nothing else that's going on or just doing nothing, I just go through and I just click all the streams until I find a giveaway, and I enter it. I see if I win. I've won a couple. So I've got this WWE comic book, free. I don't have to pay shipping. I just won a giveaway. Don't really care too much about the WWE, but got this comic book now. So maybe I'll try to sell that, or maybe I just have it now. But they'll be doing that with everything. Like go on the pop streams, go in the comics. The bigger the stream, the bigger the giveaway usually. It's like this one that we're watching has 60 people. Probably not going to be getting like any crazy like sealed Ghost Rider or something like that. Maybe they'd give away like, I don't know, like Captain Marvel figures or something like that.
$15 figure or something.
Right.
At most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like you go to those like slab shows where they're like constantly selling things for $200. then they're probably going to give away something that's like 50.
Well,
But
it's smart because it increases like the likelihood you or I wander into this stream and are like, oh, that's cool. And it's brilliant because it has that clock. So you're like, okay. And it's
Yep.
it's not even like, are you sure? It's just like you could accidentally hit the. You're like, oh, but I don't know. It's fun. I mean, it's like you said, it's cool to just kind of watch too. And there seems to be like a community where these guys know each other. They'll be like, oh, so and so, you know. So I think that's kind of cool. I think there's probably, yeah. Again, like I said, I'm curious on the overlap between the Facebook groups and whatnot. So I don't know. Maybe someday we could, if we post this, maybe people will generate some discussion on whatnot. But
yeah, I mean, I think if I was going to do
sponsored.
Yeah, I think if I was going to do
episode.
a whatnot sale, I would probably want to team up with you so we could like have more things to sell that are kind of on that lower ticket spectrum, and then especially to like grow it too, because like we said, you want to have more eyes on the stream, but you could also like, you don't have to start things super low. Like some things, like I think this one that we're watching, they're starting everything at like $2 or $3. Other ones will be like, oh, here's this like sealed Silver Surfer that's going to start at 70, and then if nobody wants it, it just doesn't sell. So like, you don't have to sell things for crazy cheap, but then that's also another like thing that I don't know, I find kind of annoying when somebody's like, oh, check it out, I got this Death's Head, look him up on eBay, he goes for $100, we're going to start him at 80, it's a great deal of the night, if you get this for $80, it's a steal. It's like, no, it's not. Like you're offering this at like the higher end of an eBay listing, trying to like talk it up like you're giving a good deal, but you're not at all.
So we would be fair and equitable.
That's true.
Salesman is what Dakota's saying. So when we finally start selling on whatnot,
and it's interesting to see like experts selling their stuff. Like Rob Lightfeld is on whatnot pretty often. Like I don't know if you've watched his stream at all. I just jumped in. I found him because he was doing a giveaway. Didn't even read that it was him. But he's one that gets like quite a bit of people in his room. I don't know what he sells because like I only jumped in just at the very end when he was wrapping up. But I don't know if he's like signing comics and sending them off, or selling like his personal collection stuff.
I was gonna say it could be art too.
Yeah. So I mean, people like that. But it's like the whole gambit, like we said, from comics to action figures like that we're interested in. But then it goes like they sell vintage clothes and shoes. There's like a Disney section selling like Disney pins and backpacks. Like they sell NFTs, which I don't know how that works, but lots of crazy stuff. I don't think I've got anything else on whatnot. Do you, Jordan?
No, I would say just give it a try, check it out.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. Let us know if you find any good whatnot deals, or if you're on whatnot.
That's true. If you are going to check it out, though, I'll see if I can do this. I'm going to try to put in the description our whatnot like referral links. So if you sign up through like my whatnot referral link, I'll get $10. You'll get $10 off your first purchase. And then if you sign up through Jordan's, same thing. You'll get $10 off.
This is not a pyramid scheme.
Which like it hasn't worked for me. Like I tried to sign up through Shartimus's, I didn't get $10 off. I tried to have Clay sign up through me. Neither one of us got $10, but it worked for you when I sent it to you, I think. But I never got $10 from you, so I don't know what happened with that. So I don't know. Maybe you'll get $10 off, and I'll just never see any credits to my account. But as long as you guys get $10 off, that's what matters.
That's all we care about is you guys.
Exactly. So that's going to wrap it up for our whatnot explanation, our discovery there. Check it out. Let us know what you find. Make sure you're following us on the Strong Collectors Instagram. And then whatever you're listening to on right now, make sure that you've got the subscribe button clicked, you've liked it, and then share this with a friend too, so that they can discover whatnot and all the great things that they can find there. And until next time, stay strong.